So yeah, I can sneak attack America if I want. I don't know if I got a certain thing. Let me check. I didn't. Manila's a good one to surprise attack. Micronesia's tough because if you attack Micronesia, you get hit with larger fleets. They're still not difficult to fight off, they're just more tedious. If you leave Micronesia, it's just a scout fleet that attacks Japan, and it's completely irrelevant. You can defend it with like the shittiest thing on Earth. Let me see how much it is to repair. It's not much at all, so I guess I'll do a sneak attack. Oh, I do have that ship. I thought I didn't. So I got the golden ship, which you just scrap this. That gives you a huge amount of money, and you pretty much always want to do that. It doesn't do anything that I know of. I don't know the secrets in this game, so maybe there's some hidden thing that it does. But I'm going to save the majority of my money for later on when I think I could equip a ship to someone too. Sorry about that. Panda, is that all I have? Looks like it. Damn it. If you save your money and resources for later on, you can research better ships. So you have a, you know, you want to do that is basically what I'm saying. You don't want to spend your money on ships right away, is all I'm getting at. Urchin. Just gotta see what I'm working with. I guess that's fine. I don't really have any good admirals. This should be fine though to do this. Like it says, they don't get lasers, so with the surprise. And also attacking Manila 2K. It's worth mentioning that I forgot her name. It's like Lala Manier or something. She's based on somebody. I don't know who. I recognize the name. If you don't attack this place in a certain amount of time, a unit leaves. She's okay. I mean, I'll use her. She's a good cannon unit, I think. So I just give her a bunch of cannons. Teco. But yeah, if you do a surprise attack, I think you get a unique dialogue thing because it's a surprise attack, you know, from Eagle Douglas, who is, you know, his name is based on Douglas MacArthur. So I'm assuming, you know, in the Pacific side of World War II, Douglas MacArthur was the commander of the forces there. Arthur McDouglas? What? MacArthur Douglas. Douglas MacArthur. I don't know his name. I don't actually know what order his names come in. Shit, dude. Anyway, he was kind of an idiot. No one really liked him. I remember reading that he was a huge douche to everyone. And I also remember reading that Douglas MacArthur was the reason that there is censorship in Japanese porn. I don't know if that's true. I have no citation for why I heard that, but why not blame it on America? Because when America took over Japan, there were a lot of weird laws put into place because it was like temporary rule. So anyway, I'll just skip this because it's, you know, just I'm talking about, oh, we're getting snuck attack, holy shit, dude, oh my god, what do we do? That's all that is. Yeah, Lala Manier, or maybe that's an L, I don't know. Anyway, Fluke. That's shitty. Okay, she's easy kill. So you can use lasers, they can't. So she's gone, she can solo that. You get 5,000 resources, and I think you have to annihilate that to get her as an admiral. Not positive. She can't attack at all, so Raizo can do that. And here, they have 2 units that are capable, but I'll just send in everything. And boom. Wipe this out real quick. Yeah, they're just talking about how they're getting owned, sitting ducks, nice. Oh, and the Americans in this game have some of the funniest fucking voice clips when they get attacked. Her, she doesn't say anything interesting. But like the black guy, the blonde-haired guy, and some of the women, they just say funny stuff like, "Oh God!" and it's just horrible English, just terrible English throughout the game. Eagle Douglas does that once in a while too. They'll just throw out some really bad English. Kashi, she does it too. But yeah, so. And you get this the first time you deploy Shibagami. It's really annoying. It's just women love him. Yeah. So you go and attack. It's no problem. Douglas can still do good damage, and so can this guy, I guess. A lot of times when you first attack this place, you'll get Maki. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it later. I didn't this time. Mostly because it was a surprise attack, I'm sure, so... You know. And obviously, when you come here, you want to take out the people who have other attacking capabilities. You know, besides their lasers, so that way you're safe. It should be an easy win. Even if you don't come here when they surprise attack. So, Douglas isn't really a problem yet. He gets a power-up later on, though. And we take it over, because we're done. Ryza didn't even have to beat that girl. And everyone leveled up. Good. Good fight. And I'm still just building quarries everywhere because, well, you know, you can demolish stuff later on and go over it later on, but whatever. And Manila 2000, I don't know what this place is based on. Somewhere in Indonesia, I'm guessing, like most of this stuff. Maybe it's the Philippines, I have no idea. I don't recognize Manila 2000 from anything. But whatever. I'll just skip this too. Eagle Douglas escaped. Hardly anyone escaped. Great job. And they won't be able to retake that very easily. Ooh, tough call actually. Cat Whisperer. When you see that, you need to get that immediately. Manila's Beach Babe. I don't know if this goes away. I know for certain Cat Whisperer doesn't go away, so I'm gonna get this while it's here. It's a really shitty H scene with one of the ugliest girls in the game. Her nipples are drawn weird. I don't care anymore. Yeah, she's really, really ugly, and it's just awkwardly drawn. Like, ugh. Weird. Anyway, like I said, she's a decent cannon unit. Whatever. Oh, yeah, and I'm skipping the stuff on the minimap. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But I hope you're ready for an earful. I didn't check my facts or anything beforehand, but in real life, Germany attacked fucking, what, Finland, I think? They went north. Scandinavian star system in this game. It was Scandinavia in real life. I don't know if it was Finland. But anyway, they went north, they attacked that penis-shaped peninsula. And so did Russia, actually. Russia was currently, you know, in real life they were allied with Germany at this point in time. And they both went and attacked that together. I think Russia succeeded. They were just slow to taking it. And Germany helped. I don't really remember. To be honest with you, I don't remember how it went. But all that stuff up top got fucked up by Germany and Russia together. And that's pretty much how that went. I think Britain tried to help, and it was just kind of like fly swatted. They didn't care. As far as actual commanders, I don't know if Rommel and Manstein participated in this. Neither of them came to like really awesome prominence until the second half of the war. So I actually don't really know what they did at the beginning. I'm sure they were still generals, commanders, doing their own thing. I know they both had a hand in, you know, like, I don't know what you'd call it. What, the Eastern... they have a specific Eastern theater. There you go. But Manstein's was more prominent than Rommel's because Rommel was redirected to Africa. And that's what he's most well known for. And he's actually a pretty cool guy too. He's really respectable. I'll tell you why later on. But, I mean, I don't know that much about Manstein, so... What do you do, right? And of course these guys are Vikings. What, you know, in real life Vikings came from the North, Finland, Nordic areas, what, you know, it's an obvious reference. Not much to say, though they're drawn very weirdly. And their leader becomes a huge pain in the ass later on. If you're not prepared for her, I should be prepared for her. So, should be good to go there. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I don't even think in real life the operation was that big of a deal. It was just pretty expected, you know? Like Germany was gonna go take all the smaller European nations. It wasn't really a surprise, I don't think, to the people around them. Like, you know, when it happened they were like, oh shit, they're doing it, but they had to expect it, I mean. You know what? It can't be that surprising when a country who's geared for war and is really aggressive attacks someone after they conquer Poland. You know. Oh, and forgive me, those of you who, you know, said Poland was actually important. So, I gotta say that. Because, you know, Poland had, like... They're getting a guy in the new Civ 5 expansion, so clearly they did something at some point, even if it was just that person who's being represented in Civilization 5. Great game, by the way, if you haven't played it. I talked about how good the music is in this game, right? I don't think I drove it home, though. The music in this game is fucking awesome, even when you're not doing anything like this. But I'll skip around a little bit here because, you know... No, actually I won't. The Aries people are really xenophobic about the lesser Europeans. It's not like that in real life. I'm pretty sure they weren't. And why the fuck would they be? But in this game, they're, you know, like... In real life, Britain had an ego because it was such a huge, you know, like, empire. Largest empire in the world, I think, aside from Mongolia. So, you know, that's pretty good. Farthest reaching empire, that's for sure. So, there was kind of an ego for Great Britain back then. And this game's just trying to, like, drive that home, I guess. Like, it's taking all the slightly bad things about every nation and, like, expanding on them hugely. So you get these really xenophobic Aries admirals who are like, oh yeah, these disgusting Viking people. Ugh, I would hate to share beer with them. Oh my god. They're filthy, you know. And I'm sure in real life, actually, now that I think about it, that wasn't the case in the North. That's what I was talking about. You know, they were all Europeans in the North. What the fuck? But Britain had footholds in India and Africa and just everywhere. They were everywhere, which... If you know nothing about this, you should really look it up. It's amazing. It's really surprising that, you know, Britain was everywhere like they were. Because I remember looking it up and they were just everywhere. South America, they had footholds everywhere. It's interesting to read about. And, you know, I'm sure in other places they were more xenophobic. You know, mostly because of huge cultural differences and physical differences with the natives, so... I don't doubt that at all. I mean, even now people are racist. Like, America has military bases everywhere, and there are still problems with American soldiers being racist to the inhabitants, which is really weird. But whatever. Not much more to say about that. Anyway, Ares gets annihilated here. Go figure. Big surprise. They get their shit kicked in. And, there you go. Germany takes it. Happened in real life. Viking princess flees, and I didn't think much of that when I first played through the game. I didn't care about it, but she's a huge pain in the ass later on. You can get her. She's a good unit. I'll get her. Don't have to worry about that. Unless some weird thing happens, then I won't get her. But yeah, they keep going. I don't know. I want to fact check Goebbels before I talk about him, because there's a lot to say about him. He had a very bizarre end, I guess. Maybe not that bizarre given the circumstances, I shouldn't say that. It'd be bizarre if it happened out of the blue, but after losing a war and having played such a big part in the losing side, I guess the way he chose to go out makes sense. There's still some mystery as to how Hitler died, though. Couple of things. I guess I'll go over that later on, whatever. I keep saying I'll go over that later on, but, you know, I will because there's so much bullshit to talk about. I'm talking more about history than I am the game, just because, I mean, there's a wealth of it that I can bring to the commentary, you know, it's not... I mean, I can talk more about Hitler in real life than I can talk about Raytia's outfit. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, you don't really know anything about Raytia or Goebbels in the game anyway, do you? No, you know that Raytia is the, you know, idol of Dokutsu. And that's it. And she's undefeated right now. She's a genius. She's great. I mean, I can sit here and rave about how much I adore her design and how Goebbels is slightly too tan for me. Though her breast size is great, you know? Can talk about that stuff, but not that much to talk about. Well, Raytia's shoulders always looked weird to me, too. Doesn't her pose look weird? I think it might be her hat and stuff, but doesn't her head look big compared to her hips and the rest of her body? I don't mean to ruin the image of her for you guys, but it just looks strange. The way she's posed always looked weird to me in this. I guess CG, I don't know. Whatever. Oh, and they talk about, oh, France, which, you know, obviously is France. What the fuck? But France in World War II played a part, but they were already a dying nation compared to what they were originally. After the Napoleonic Wars, which I guess I can talk about a little bit, France really fell from grace a lot really fast. I mean, that was their peak. Every country in the world history has had like a huge peak, you know? That's just how it goes. And, you know, it'll keep happening as long as the world is as it is. But I can talk more about that stuff later on. Like, national primes, I don't know if that's what they call it, but like America was at its prime right after World War II. Huge, like, economic growth, huge boost. Everything went great. You know, Germany's had a couple primes, I guess. They're down now, but I mean, I guess they're up from after World War II, obviously. Japan was at an all-time low in the 90s, I think, which is weird. I'll talk more about that stuff later on, but that's related to global hegemony, which is something that I want to talk about too, with regards to, you know, the World War II stuff, which is important. Which is what Reiti is trying to do in this game. You know, she's trying to, well, universal hegemony, which, you know, is one of the only arguments for Hitler in World War II. By the way, that's one of the only ways that you can argue for him in a moral perspective, and even then it's very difficult to do. So, yeah, forgive me for not talking too much about the game. It's, well, whatever. Don't. If you're holding it against me, that's fine too. But I don't have that much to say. I mean, it's all automated right now. It's mostly dialogue right now. I don't have any other way to circumvent that. So, though I can say, you know how Reiti is an idol in this game and whatever. She was really well received in Japan. She got a lot of shit made for her. She had her own character CD. Maybe it's just Alisoft like forcing her out there, but I would buy her stuff. I love her design. I absolutely love her design. I love her voice. And, you know, they really pushed a lot of merchandise out for her, which was not a bad call. She was really one of the most popular things from this game. And this game wasn't as popular as Alisoft wanted it to be, unfortunately. You know, unfortunately, in my opinion, and probably theirs, for their pockets. I'd like to see a lot more stuff for this game made. I would like to see, I don't know, a sequel of some kind. You know, like, we'll probably get a Dai sequel at some point. We always, you know, it has been. They've been doing sequels of it for a long time. But look at the difference. What, Daibansha came out in 2001? When did Daiteikoku come out? You know, that's a long gap. That's a long gap. So, and especially when this game wasn't that good, you know, well received, I find it hard to believe that they're going to pump out another one anytime soon. It's really unfortunate. Yeah, Reiti had a lot of stuff done for her. She was pretty well publicized, I guess. The Eroge censorship continues. What a shame. I'll see you guys in the next part.